Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. So I have a fun video, well, not a video, a fun journal to share with you today. This is actually my second time recording this because the first time I recorded it upside down and didn't even notice that until the very end. Oh, lovely. So you know how that goes. So hopefully I'll get through this with no hiccups, but if there are, I do apologize now. So this journal, I've actually wanted to make it for a while, but it hadn't come together just yet. And then I just one day was like, I'm ready. And I'll tell you why. Several months ago, I got Happy Mail from my friend Evelyn. And in the Happy Mail was a bunch of 12 by 12 papers, like loose papers, and in those there was like several sheets of like vintage, like ladies and vintage images, and I always set them aside because I really wanted to make a journal just like kind of with that theme. So fast forward to today, here it is, and I love the way it came out. So it's a mixture of vintage modern, like, you know, like this obviously is not a vintage picture, but it's modern, but it's vintage. But then there's also actual vintage pieces in it too. So it's just really cool kind of the way it came together. So on the front, this image was on one of the 12 by 12s, there was all these, this size, I don't know, I think this 3 by 4 images, and I cut them all out. This one I used for the cover, and then everything else I used to make journal tags. I backed them all onto cardstock and sewed them on, sewed them on. And this, you might recognize it, was a pillowcase that I hauled at a thrift store. And then for the spine, I covered it with some crochet trim. I have a little lock and a key here. And then I have the eyelet closures. So let's go in. Okay, and let me just make sure I'm in frame. I think right there is pretty good. Okay, so inside, front pocket, I did actually make a pocket this time. And if you saw one of my last haul videos, you might recognize this trim I got at an estate sale. So I used that kind of throughout the journal. In the front pocket, I have a letter from the bookmaker. I have this little, it's a postcard. However, I don't know if it's made to look vintage or if it is actually vintage, only because it was never posted. So I don't know, what the, what time period is it from? Could be like modern, but made to look old. It could actually be vintage and just never posted. So I'm not sure. So here's another one of the journaling cards, and this one I backed onto an index card so you could write on it. All the others were backed onto just regular white cardstock. But aren't these images, I don't know if you can see it so well, really beautiful. And then also throughout the journal, I used a lot of my stickers from, hold on, this. From my favorite sticker book. So there's a bunch of stickers in here just because they're vintage and they just kind of went with a theme. So as you can see, I have one of the stickers here. This flips up to the trim on the bottom, and then this has the 3 tuck spots. So in the back, again, this is a postcard. However, I don't know if it's a vintage or just made to look old. There's that. This is a vintage stock bin card. And then here is another one of the journaling cards sewn onto some cardstock. And of course, I couldn't get rid of any of the cutoffs. I had to use all of them. So I just used it to decorate the edge of the paper here. And this paper is really cool. I showed it in one of my haul videos, I don't know, a couple weeks back. It's kind of like, it's paper, but it's kind of a cross between like, almost like, it feels really like mulberry paper because it almost feels like cloth, but then it also looks like it has like those eco-dyed images in it, which is really neat though. It's an eco-dyed? I don't know, the ones where it's like leaf impressions. So I thought that was neat. Added a little fabric ruffle. And then in this pocket, we have a vintage, this is vintage. This is from 1978, and they're just flower cards. They tell you about the flower and how to take care of them and stuff. Let me just make sure that, there we go, charms are that way. And I made a tag here from another section of the cutoffs from the pages. And I think I might have done this in a video, because I did a video of some of these, but I don't know which ones I did on camera and ones off camera. But it's blank, so you can journal on the back of that. And okay, so here, see, like these, they're like just awesome vintage images of the ladies. Oh, and I also used pages from my, what is it, Wildflower book that I got at the church sale in, I think, my last video, I think. But I like it because, number one, listen, the pages are almost like a cardstock, so they're nice and thick, but they're like matte finished. It's not glossy. And I've been looking for a flower book that isn't glossy, because all the flower books I have are glossy, but when it's not glossy, it just kind of gives it something, I just like it better. And then I have a little butterfly applique up there and a little tab. Oh, and another little sticker. And another little sticker. And another sticker. And then here, I just trimmed the corner with some crocheted lace. And did just a little decoration up there. Love this page with all the ladies standing around with their outfits and everything. Oh, gorgeous. Another sticker down here, some more of the trim. And this is one of those fold outs that opens up to an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So you can journal on it and then fold it all back up. But I left it open in the back for a journaling card. And then in here, we have a little playing card here. And then this is an actual photograph. And I was looking at it the first time I did the video. This is actually from February 1949, and this was taken in San Antonio, Texas. So that's kind of neat. So that is actually vintage. And another paper from the book. And then here's a little tab sticker, and it goes out. Oh, and here, let me just grab this, and you might recognize this book. It's the, sorry about the glare, but it's the photographs of New York interiors at the turn of the century. And it's a whole book of different rooms, the way they were set up. So I took one of the pictures out that I really liked, and then I kind of have it folding out, but then you can also journal here if you want to. Then another page. Of course, don't let anything go to waste. I just added that down there, and love the vintage sewing machine. Love that. Love, love, love. On here, this is also a cutout from that same book, but, you know, obviously vintage lady. And this is actually a real picture of vintage lady, but I used it to make a little tuck spot, did a little ruffle there. And then I have another flower card, and I also have a frog in my throat. Sorry. And then I have this little advertisement. This, though, it's not vintage. It's you know, like a replica to make it look vintage, but of course it went with the theme, so put it in here. And now this is cool. This is actually antique. It's July 30th, 1913. And the actual letter is still inside. So whoever, you know, owns this journal, they'll be able to read that. And it says Fenway Station, and it came in through Boston. So that's really neat. And then it just tucks right in there. And this is a little altered paper clip that has, what does it have on it? A little camera, and then a little trim. And then that actually holds this side closed, but you could also tuck something in here if you wanted to. Oh, and this is new. This is something I haven't done before. Usually in the middle of the signature, I kind of, you know, I have pockets, or I have something kind of neat or whatever. This time I wanted to do it plain. Just decorate the four corners. As you can see, there's little decorative punches, and these punches actually came from my friend Lolly. She must have some sort of punch that she can use to punch out like little corners, I guess that's what you call them. But I chose these because it kind of went like, you know, with the flowers and everything in the book. But I wanted to leave it open so whoever has this journal can use it to completely journal on the middle, or add pictures, do some collaging, do some glue stuff with it, but just a nice plain canvas that's all, you know, one page. So I left that blank like that. Here's Mr. Owl. And then, oh my gosh, look how, I don't know if the camera is going to do this any justice, but the colors are like so vibrant. I absolutely love them. Love, love, love. Oh, and here's another little tuck spot I made with a page from that book. And I did this on camera, actually. So if you watched, well, actually, I don't know when that video comes out, but I did this on camera. And then this is another antique postcard. This is July 18th, 1915. And has a little sentiment there, and it just says congratulations on the bottom, but it's one of those that are embossed, so you can actually feel the flowers, which is so super cool. Love it. And then another page, and then here I don't have anything tucked in here, but I have so much ephemera for this. I didn't put it all in just because I didn't want to make it so thick, so I'll be sending along extra ephemera. So you can definitely tuck something in here. This is a little altered paper clip, but why I put it there is because if we turn the page, let me just take this off and I'll show you. This, so you can see a tab at the top, and I actually also got this tab from Molly, but you open the tab and it gives you a place to journal on the inside. But it's kind of like opens and closes. That's why I put the little paper clip here, just to keep it closed. And then obviously you can tuck something in it. So here's another tab so you can open it. Oh my gosh, look at those colors. Absolutely love, love, love. And then another little fold out, and in here again we have a little journaling card, blank on the back. And in here we have a movie trivia card and a little another little playing card. So those both get tucked into there. Another page. Love the outfits. Love the hats. Oh my gosh. Awesome, awesome. Here is another altered paper clip. And this holds this big tag. Now you could use this tag, you know, as a tag right on the back. You could use it as a bookmark. I just kind of left it because I wanted to use this word here. It was part of a cutout, like an offcut. And I didn't know what to do with it. So I said, you know what, I'm going to turn it into a really long tag. So that's what I did. So there's that. And then on the bottom, that was also a little offcut from the pages when I was cutting them down. Another little flower there. And again, oh, I love her dress. Love, 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 love. And then I also put the corner there. Another little sticker. Some more beautiful flowers. And then look at the corset there. Awesome, awesome. And here's another one of those pockets that are made with, like, I think the mulberry paper, a little fabric ruffle. And then in this pocket, we have another long tag made with offcuts. And this, again, I don't know if this is vintage or not. It appears to be in German. And it looks like it's some sort of celebration. Now, it could be like either, I don't know, Christmas maybe, or I don't really know. But some sort of feast. Lots of food on the table. And then here's a little extra spot for some journaling. And then another sticker that flips up. And again, 3 little tuck spots. So we have the flower card here. That goes in the back. We have another vintage stock bin card. And then we have another little journaling card where you can journal on the back. And then, oh, and that's the last page. And then there's my little signature there. So that is my Vintage Lady. I think actually that's what I called it in the Etsy listing. This is the Vintage Lady Junk Journal. If you are interested, I will leave a link to the journal in the description box below. But I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. I had lots of fun doing this like vintage lady theme. It was really neat, and I really liked, you know, I'm glad that I saved those papers because I knew the perfect idea would pop into my head eventually. It took a while, but it, you know, finally it popped into my head, so I was glad about that. So I hope you enjoyed it too. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.